Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gents. I hope everyone is well and ready for another week of trading. It is the 3rd of April 2022. If anybody doesn't know, we're trading on the 2000 tick chart. This is the S&P 500 futures market, and we're trading on the platform NinjaTrader. So I hope everyone's had a great, relaxing weekend. Who we got in here so far? Roger, morning, Roger. Angela, how you doing? Hope you had a nice weekend. Not too bad at all, actually. Weather's picked up this morning. I've been out and done some work in the garden. I've had a busy day in the garden, actually, today. I've cut the hedges, cut the lawn front and back, and had a good tidy. So it's starting finally to get that that hint of summer. It's definitely warmer. I've been walking around in a pair of shorts, you'll be pleased to know. So yeah, I've definitely it definitely seems to be nice and warm out there, so lovely. Okay, DJ, how you doing, DJ? Indy, morning, Indy. Sam, Speedy Boy, how you all doing? Okay, I have just been quickly looking at this here. So if you look, we've opened and we've gapped down at the moment. We've filled part of it, but I think it's likely we're going to fill the rest of it. So I've been looking at this and I've drawn this range. How wonderful. Yeah, lovely. Yeah, brilliant. Excellent. It is nice when the warm weather comes. There's nothing like summer, is there? It is nice. So brilliant. So do you two actually, are you sitting next to each other on the same desk on separate screens, are you? Or are you in separate? I suppose it depends if you drive each other crazy, doesn't it? Maybe, or is it opposite sides of the house? You'll have to let me know. So yeah, I've just been looking at this, and there's this bit of a range. So obviously we gapped down. We've been going sideways in this sort of bottom corner, and then we've pushed up, and we've been going sideways in this top section. Now, if you look, we've gone right to the top. We've come down to the bottom. We've gone up to the top. We've come down to the bottom. I expect to get up to the top. Now, I also think there might be two legs here, so one leg up and another leg up. And strangely enough, that leg up will fill that gap and get us to the official open. So I think that's likely. So it seems to me like we've got one leg up and a little bit of sideways. So if we can break below here, I may be interested in a second entry long to find the other leg up, because one leg up, if we do manage to get there, that'll take us to there. That'll certainly fill that gap at least anyway. So I think somewhere around about there is where we are likely to go, but that is just my opinion. But if you look, it has gone from the top to the bottom, from the top to the bottom. So you would think, obviously, apart from this one, it's done it in legs. We've got one leg up, a little bit of sideways to the top, one leg down, a little bit of sideways, and the next leg, one leg up, a little bit of sideways. So you would naturally think that will be the target. So if we can get a second entry long that sort of sits on top of this EMA, I may be interested to push it up at least to the tops, but that's the measured leg. But it would mean we'd push out the top, which I don't think is. I don't think it. I think it's likely, but that's if you have a second leg. But certainly this area here, anyway. Same desk a metre apart. Just at a swinging distance. That's what I like. I think it's a good idea, actually. If you can get your partner to trade with you, I think it's win-win personally. I did have my wife sit next to me for a while, but I was just revenge trading a lot, and she was sat there, and I was revenge trading. She didn't have a clue what I was doing. So, but no, I think it's only a good thing, because you can help and support each other. Maybe one of you might have a strength, it's one aspect of it, and another might have another strength as well. So I think it's a good combination. You can discuss it, look at trades. I think it's win-win. Two heads are absolutely better than one, and as long as you're not scratching each other's eyes out, I think you're okay. Okay, can you see what I mean about this? Sometimes all we're really doing here is studying human behaviour, and we've moved up. We've had sort of two pushes up to this area here, and we're in this area here, this sort of top corner, I suppose. We're going from the top to the bottom, and then apart from, with the exception of that, we got one leg up, two legs up, one leg down, two legs down, one leg up. I would say it's likely. And I'm thinking there may be some shorts trapped there. So if we can get quite a bullish bar here, and we're not too close to the news, I may be interested in that. Not only that, it's a channel with a break. So second entry long and a second leg for me. That's, I kind of like that. So let's get an order submitted. Ready. I am aware that that the news, not the news, sorry. We've got some news in about 35 minutes. Hey Tech, how you doing? Set up like a video game. Excellent. That's a great image. Yeah, this is sort of a break, and it could be a second entry long, one leg up, sideways, two legs up. So we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully it'll be quite a small. Let's have a look. I am aware I don't generally like to trade during the open, but there's 2.5 minutes away, and 2.5 minutes for this type of trade is, it doesn't necessarily go mad, and it is in the middle of there, so we'll have to see what happens. Hey SW, how you doing? Ah. Come on, countdown. Hey Scruffy, how are you? I like this. It's actually a small bar as well. Let me just extend that a little bit, make it a bit bigger. One leg up, two legs up. I'm expecting it to get up here, and it's a second entry long with the break out of this channel, so I think it's a good trade. Yeah, my only issue is the news. Sorry, the open. See what happens. I don't mind if it's a small risk. I might have to sit this one out, I think. We've got about 40 seconds on my chart. I don't think it's going to end up. No, I'm kind of glad it's done that. Okay.
Order cancelled.
Okay, that's all right. Okay, market is about to open in about 20 seconds. That's not what I expected, actually. Down, push up, push up. Oh, maybe. Okay, maybe as it is. See if it gives us a higher low.
Order submitted.
I'll take that if it gives us a higher low. It's done what I expect it to do. Give us a higher low. Let me get rid of that. That's it. Come on, give us a higher low. Higher low, come on. There's a failure there, so that might
Order submitted.
Okay, let's put that there. Put that here. It's actually there, isn't it? I need to break above there, really. Everything's working as it should. It's gone a bit sideways. If we can get above here, I think we're okay. I am expecting one leg up and a second leg up. We'll see. I might put that a bit further up and I'll just follow it, see what happens. That's where that leg is. There. So let's bring that to about there. I'm going to have to be patient here. Come on, get up to the top. Let's put that there. I don't want to be too greedy. See if it pushes it. I'm hoping it's going to come
Stop
to here.
filled.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's $300. I didn't want to push me luck. I was pretty sure it was going to come to here, but we got one leg up sideways and a second leg up. I think it's likely to hit here, but sometimes once it gets to the top, so you don't know whether there's going to be a lot of sell orders. I mean, as soon as this bar got to the top, as soon as it broke above there, look what happened to a bunch of sell orders. Right, that's close enough for me. Hey, how you doing? So that's a good start. $300. Everything worked out nice. Nice trade. I had to be a bit patient there, but I took the higher low. I mean, we've got one leg upside with second leg up. I'd expect it to hit that. Possibly one leg, possibly even here as well to fill that gap. Where's the bottom of that gap? Let's have a look. Absolutely, mate. Nice start. Okay, so there's that gap. Yeah, it's holding up there, so I'm pretty sure it'll go a bit higher. There we go. So we've hit that measured leg anyway. So my thought process was right. We got one leg up, a little bit of sideways. Second entry long. It was a little bit lower than the EMA for me. I would take those under certain circumstances, but I prefer to wait for the higher low, which I did. And then once we got above here, there was a failure there, so that may attract a few shorts. Once we get above there, you can see we had a nice strong push up there. A little bit of a pullback and then another leg up. So there was a couple of legs within that second leg. Thank you, Angela. Did anybody else get some of that? So it looks like we got two separate legs here. That'll take us up to the bottom of that. Perfect. Another tick. Come on. Take us up to fill that gap. Beautiful. Right, okay. So if you can work out what the market's doing and it does it, it's a great feeling. It just means you're in tune with it. So that's a nice start. So whether we'll get up to here or not, we'll see. But the important bit is it did what I expected it to do. We had a push up, a little bit of sideways, and then a second entry, which was some may have took that, but I prefer to wait for the low high. It just helps it, and there's not much difference, to be honest with you. Now I was tempted to wait a bit, and I probably could have got a few more points, but you just don't know. If you look what's happened here, as soon as we hit that top, big sell-off. As soon as we hit that top, broke above that green bar, big sell-off. So I wasn't 100% sure, but That's where that other measured leg is. So why won't you highlight? So 1 leg, 2 legs. So that's nice, that is. So great start anyway. Yeah, see. Probably could have got another. Where did I come out about here? Could have got another. Ooh, could have got another 4 points out of that. Oh well. Got a couple of points out of it. Yeah, good on you, Indy. Hey Ryan, how you doing? Thank you. Look at that, right to the nearest tick. I love it when that happens. I gotta say, I tell you what, if you ever think the market's random, it's far from it. It's pre-planned. But if you can work out what's going on and you can follow the crowd, the big institutional guys, you're going to do all right. And for me, we had this. If you look, once we pushed up into this section, we're going sideways here. We've come from the top to the bottom, from the top to the bottom. And with the exception of that, we've had legs. 1 leg up, pull back, 2nd leg up. 1 leg down, pull back, 2nd leg down, one leg, pull back. What do you think is going to happen? It's likely it's going to go higher. So if you wait for a setup, second entry long, there's a little bit below the EMA, made me a little bit nervous, so I wait for the higher low. So for me, we're going to push up and have a 2nd leg. If not, work out this other measured move as well. And the good thing about hitting that is we're filling this gap as well, which the market tends to do. The only way to get this is to have a run at, yeah. Well, I got 3 points out of it, so I'm pleased with that. And if you ask me what is my ideal target a day, I'd say $300. So $300 on one account a day, that's the equivalent of $6,000 a month. Now, if you have 10 accounts, that's some serious money there. So the potential for earning is good. What I probably should have done in hindsight is waited for it to push up, maybe just followed. If I'd have followed those, I'd have at least got to here. Well, probably here now, but the bit that concerned me is when we've hit that line, we've sold off strongly. We've sold off strongly. So as soon as it got closer there, I prefer to just not push me luck. I like to think I know what the market's doing, but sometimes things have a way of surprising you. And every time, the last couple of times, got up to the top, wham, it's come down quickly. So I'd be panicking, then dropping me order in here and missing out. So I'm pleased with what I got anyway. So sometimes it's about getting what you can without pushing your luck, because sometimes I've done it before. I've got up there and it's just shot back on me, and I've load me stop, and ended up putting it back here and it took me out. So there we go. So I'm happy with that. So that was a great start. It's been a while since we've had an order, a trade so soon after the market open. I mean, literally it was flittering, wasn't it, still? So it's a higher low, isn't it? So we got a second entry and then a higher low. Push up, sideways, push up. So even on 5 accounts, 300 a day. Oh, absolutely. Well, put it this way. The way I see it is, if you 300 a day, that's $6,000 a month, isn't it? Yeah. So if you had 5 accounts and you withdrew 2,000 each, that's $10,000. Yeah. You could do that twice a month. So that would be $4,000 a month. So if you were putting $6,000 into your account a month and drawing 2 payments of $2,000 from each, you would be earning $20,000 a month, and your account would still be growing by $2,000 a month. And that's just from 5 accounts. So once you can do this, and you will at some point, it's taken me nearly 2 years, and I've got to the level now where I can make money, but I still have those demons that come along. But when you work out what's happening and it does what you think it's going to, it does start to build your confidence, and that's part of it. With skill comes confidence and belief, and there you go. So there we go. But you can do it, and you can make some. The money you can make up here is unreal. It really is. So we fill that gap anyway. So we got 3 points out there. So it was a higher low, plus 3 points. So technically, my job is done, really. And how long I've been trading? 15 minutes. Been on stream 20 minutes. So I could go and have a day off now. I've earned $300 for 20 minutes. But I couldn't leave you good people on your own. You'd make a right mess. No. See if I can get one more anyway. But what I will do now is go extra cautious. But everything's looking nice and rosy. So I'm just under $400 off my one account, and that will go to PA then on Thursday. So fingers crossed. Absolutely, Indy. It doesn't take a genius to work out what sort of money you could be earning. All you got to do with this is keep persisting. Keep trying, and you will get there. It's the people that keep coming back and keep trying that get somewhere. But it does take time. And obviously, you know, it depends how much time you put into it. I've put a lot of time into it. I mean, I've been trading full time. I've worked my job around here. I've got a different job, so I can trade full time. You know, so I put a lot of hours in. I put a lot of studying, but it does take. I'm a little bit obsessive. That's why, anyway. But it will come. Great things come to those who wait. All you got to do is get up in the morning and keep trying, and sooner or later you'll start to work out what's going on. Thanks for the wise word. I needed them. Good on you, mate. I needed myself, mate, regular. You know what? I listen to. I'll show you. I needed myself, bud. This is what I listen to. Where is it? I like this one, just in case you're interested. Trade. I'll drag it in. There you go. No, that's not it. What's going on? Hold on a second. Watch history. That one there. It's the top one. Trader motivation. I'm pretty sure that's it. It goes on about you're seeing a picture of someone who doesn't look like you, but it is you in the future and all this. It's trader motivational stuff. It's called trader motivation, that particular one. But I listen to that before I trade. I do, and it gets me that nice little tingling feeling in me guts that I'm actually starting to get somewhere. But we all need a little bit of a lift sometime, and, you know, a few little words now and again from someone really does help. Where did the market open? Let's have a look. 230. There. So that bar there. Okay, there was the open. Right, so nice start, actually. Could have got a lot more, actually. Thinking about. The trouble is, you don't know this is going to happen. It's so easy to look at this and think, what was I doing? But you just don't know. I sold here. We might have had a big red candle coming down here, and I might have been knackered. So, not only that, I saw a couple of extra little legs, so I thought it might stall here. So, so there you go. I was going to say something to you guys. Can't remember what it was now. I can't remember what it was. Someone asked me something. I can't. It'll come to me. Somebody asked me a question, actually. That will come to me. Okay, so the gap between the life you want, life you lead, mindset, focus. Absolutely, yeah. You've just really got to want it, haven't you? Trouble is, I mean, you hear stories about people. I mean, we all saw Vince, who withdrew $800,000. He had $2,300,000 accounts, and he withdrew $800,000 in a month. Now that's sort of it's almost dream worthy, isn't it? So sometimes it's just hard to believe you can earn that sort of money yourself. So I think sometimes it's like if you know, I mean, I wouldn't say I believe in God. I wouldn't say I don't, but I'm a bit on the fence, and I find it hard to believe. But with trading, once things start to happen, you start to believe, and I think once you get that, it pushes you that extra mile. So I'm getting to the stage now where I'm starting to actually believe I am capable of earning good money. and having a better standard of life, better quality of life. But it takes time. It takes time. Hey, Accountability King, how you doing, bud? The Replicanto bot is 250 and the Apex copier is 150. No, I don't think it is, mate. Are you on about... What do you mean, bot? The Replicanto bot is 250 and the Apex copier. Do you mean that you're talking about the same thing? I was looking for a second entry long here. Wasn't really very good, but I think you're talking about the same thing, aren't you? The copier, yeah. No, I think I'm pretty sure it's 150. I'm pretty sure it's 150. They gave me a discount code so you can get another 10% off it. So that would take it down to 135. Let me have a look. Flowbots, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it's 150. I'm pretty sure they're the same price. I'll have a look here. Replicanto. It says 0 to 249. It depends what license you have. Single machine life. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Single machine lifetime is $149. And that is Replicanto. Replicanto, yeah. It's only that if you have it on multiple machines, but yeah. A single machine is $149. I got a 10% discount, so you can get that for $135 if you're interested. My code is, you can see it down here, UK FT10. So it's there if you want it. We have traded 10 accounts on the copier, and it was a nightmare. Just mess slippage. Was that on what's the word I'm looking for? Was that on the Apex one, Angela? Was it? Or was that on the... I think, what I will say is, I think they are slightly problematic. I don't necessarily think it's the trade copier itself. I think it's the speed of the market. So if you imagine you have your lead account, Apexes, yeah, okay. I definitely believe the Replicanto one is better. Now, that is not my opinion. That's just from what I've heard. And I'll tell you why, is because I know it's supported, because I had an update the day after I bought it. And I had an email this morning. Let me have a look. I hope it doesn't pop up. Oh, it's over here. I had an email this morning from them. I'll show you. What's this one here? Yeah, I had this email from them this morning. I'll show you quickly. We're always trying to provide the best bar, blah, 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 blah. And there's an area where you can go in for support and questions. So they do support it, and they do try and make it better. 5 better, but now I'm trading 2 and it's pretty good. Yeah, I think you're probably going to get a little bit of fluctuation in both of them, I would have guessed. Because let's say you've got a lead account and the market hits your target. Where's my mouse? The market hits your target. That's right at the top of there. I know people who short that. Not me, though. If this market down moves really quick and it hits your target, it's still moving down, and it could come down a touch further before it triggers the second ones. So I don't think it'll trigger because we want it triggering a certain price. You see what I mean? But I'm sure somebody told me the Replicanto one will trigger it at the next price. So it's just something I've heard, which gets me to think that that probably makes sense. So this is more trial and error for me, actually, to be honest with you. So I'll have to let you guys know as I get on. But I know it's supported and I know it's updated. And the message I got with the update that it was fixing certain bugs. Now, I know Apex don't support it, and I don't know whether they update it or not. I've certainly never had an update. So, let's say, Ryan, too much congestion for a second entry long. Second entry long, you say? Yeah, it's nothing for me really at the moment. Nick Ross, I don't think that anyone can say that they understand fully the market. I believe you have found an edge, and you have good money management. Yeah. But what I will say is you're not actually understanding the market. It's understanding human behavior. Because when the market gets to, say, I don't know, at the bottom here, human beings are going to look back and say, okay, what happened to when it came down here last time? It went up. And again, it went up, and again, it went up. And human beings, obviously, we're creatures of patterns. We work in patterns, don't we? We see shapes, we see patterns, and our brains work like that. And it's come down 3 times now. So what is this telling us? It's telling us you can just look at this. Bloody chimpanzee can look at this and tell us that it's bouncing off that price. So at some point, and look what happened, it's gone up. So it's working out what's going on, as well as having an understanding of the general market itself. But yeah, I mean, what I tend to do is I work out what I think people are thinking, and then I sort of act accordingly, and it works. So it's. What have I missed there? Too much congestion for second entry long. I mean at 1446. Oh, here, yeah, absolutely, yeah. I'd want that really to come and, the main body of the bar down here somewhere, because we have range and it is a possibility it could come down. So, because we didn't know it was going to do this. I had a fair idea that it was going to come up and make this second leg, and certainly here. But you just don't know, do you? Just wondering whether we'll end up doing. No. Just wondering whether we got anything from Mac yet. Let me just have a look. Nothing yet, I don't think. No, nothing yet. Yeah, it's you do start to understand what happens. Follow the market, and obviously that gives you an edge. You're never going to be right all the time, but if you stick to the setups. But the trouble is, when you get to here, unless you understand about how markets move in certain areas with these legs, you're not really going to have any idea you might go along, because, and I'll tell you this for now, we got this high here, trying to go high once, came down, trying to go high twice, bearish bar there. There'll have been some shorts there, because look what happened when it triggered above there. It went up strongly, so there'll have probably been some people thinking that's a failure, and it's a bearish bar, I'm going to go short here. They might think one leg, pull back a second leg down here. So once you start to understand markets, you need to, because it helps your decision-making process, so hopefully you stay on the right side of it. But I've rabbited on enough anyway. Now, this, I think it's fair to say we have to take it as an overshoot. Because it fits nice here, and it fits nice here. So that's an overshoot, that is. So it could keep going, or it could come down a little bit. So keep an eye on that. Have a look. Just check there's nothing else here. see, we've had this push up that it's feasible that this channel, why isn't it highlighting? Highlight. It's feasible this channel could go from here, which would mean it would almost incorporate that. One leg, two leg. Let's have a look. Let me have a look at this. It's hard to say, actually. We're a bit careful here. I mean, that's the second entry long off the key entry point, isn't it? But how we had it before was an overshoot. Let's have a look. It's hard to say, really. Hey Nick, how you doing? I can confidently say I fully understand the market. So I was just mulling over what exactly you were saying there. Yeah, I don't know whether you were being sarcastic, like you haven't got a clue, but yeah, it makes sense, doesn't it? I sort of understand it to a degree, don't you? I'm just looking here and what's going on here. See, I've gone from here, and this fits close enough. But I did have this here. Now it could. In fact, if you moved it to there, it incorporates this. So yeah, I think that looks okay. Now this is a second entry long, but this is just making me nervous for some reason. So I'm not going to take this if it finishes bullish, just in case this is an overshoot. Because if it is an overshoot, it could reverse. Overshoots can reverse. News in 1 minute. Yeah, good point. Glad you reminded me there. Yeah, so I'm going to bring this to here actually. Because it sort of touches here nice, and then we have a strong push up and it pops out a couple of times. Yeah, we can't do anything anyway. In fact, I tell you what, we got the news in a couple of minutes. I'm just going to take 2 minutes quickly and grab myself a quick cup of coffee, and I will be back. Okay, what did I miss? We had the news, haven't we? Yeah. A few stronger bars, but nothing major. So let me have a look. So we've had an overshoot in. We've had the same this side. That often happens, doesn't it? So be interesting to see what Mac reads of this, because just wondering whether he'll have anything like that. Maybe a spike. No. Let's put it back, not mess with it. See what happens. Certainly fitting nice there, that's for certain, isn't it? Touch nice. Touch nice, touch nice. Let's see. Okay. To be careful here. Looks a little bit dicey. Sorry, Nick. Morning. I didn't know you wrote that. Sorry, mate. Morning, buddy. Morning, bud. Trouble. We have a quick look. So we have had that overshoot. We had a couple of legs back, legs up. It carried on, didn't it? Nothing really happened. It's not. Okay. Okay. I think this is okay. Let me get a
Order
ready.
submitted.
Hopefully it's a small risk.
Order cancelled.
Got to be careful here because we've had this overshoot and a couple of pushes up. It's feasible that it could come down. So what I don't want to do, and I've done this before, I've taken a second entry long there. It's triggered and come down and stop me out. In other words, I've been caught in the failed second entry long. So what I like to do under these circumstances, just to make sure I'm the right side of the market, is wait for that to happen. And it's happened. Look, there we go. See that second entry long? That's the trouble. When we've had this overshoot, it can result in a reversal. And whether we're going to get a reversal, I don't know. But this is a second entry long. It's quite a bullish bar, but it's below the EMA. But the fact that that's happened has made me wary. What happened? It's triggered you and stopped you straight out. So I'd rather, under these circumstances, give the failed second entry long a chance to work. And then if it doesn't, take a higher low or a failure. But that just goes to show why you've got to be careful. Second entry long, we're in an uptrend. A lot of people would just jump straight in and take that. And in some circumstances, they work. But the fact we've had this overshoot can make things a little bit dicey. And to me, the market may be going a little bit sideways. Let's have a look. Let's leave it off for a minute. It's 2.0. Do you know what it is, mate? I think I got that sick of getting caught in these traps. I try and let them give me the opportunity to show them first before I think about trading. Because I know these overshoots can result in a reversal. They don't always, but they can, which means the market could start coming down. But, maybe a few months ago I'd have taken that, but look what happened. I was pretty sure that was going to happen. It triggered, came straight down, took you straight out, and look what's happened. It's going up again. But we got this high, try to go once, try to go twice, failure, didn't trigger, it's still pushing up. Trouble is, by the time we get a higher low, it's probably going to be up with these highs. So it is easy to let these things go, especially when you've done a trade and you're up. I mean, if I finish the day on that, I'm more than happy. So, but yeah, I mean, it could market could be coming down a bit now. It's possible. Possible. I like to put them in there just to see if I'm on the same wavelength. Yeah, so you just gotta, if everything's working nicely in here and we get a nice, usually something doesn't look right. It's all of a sudden quite bearish, isn't it? But I think it's just something doesn't look right here. It's a bit choppy and a bit pushy and that, but you trade these and sit in these markets long enough, you'll start noticing the areas to stay out of. Every time you get caught in a trap, you slowly start to understand what's going on. And it wasn't until that long ago that I really understood what was going on. Sometimes, all of a sudden, something will change, and I go, "What happened there?" So, okay, so we've got this new high, trying to go once, trying to go twice, possible failure. So if this triggers, now this will be a higher low then. So this may be a place to go long if it doesn't come down. So I'm going to get a buy order.
Order submitted.
So we've found this new high, try to go once, try to go twice. If any shorts in there, it's triggered. Now, it might come down, but if it doesn't, if it goes up and that ends up bullish, now I'll create a higher low. I'm not saying it's not going to come down. It may well. That's why I don't get involved in these. I like to give it a chance to do that first, because if it does do it, see, there could be one leg, two legs. Okay, so this could be a high low. Trouble is, I'm not a fan of taking it there because it just might trigger above and still come down and make this. It is a higher low. If it gets up there and takes... Yeah, it's just... get rid of this a minute. Let me have a think. Yeah, it's just a bit risky, this, I think. See, this failure has triggered. But it's still in play. So even if we get a bullish bar here, it could still tick above and come down. So it's just dangerous, that is, in my opinion.
Order cancelled.
I'd rather stay out of this. Could go up, could come down at the moment. I'd say it's probably... no, I don't know, actually. Yes, if he did take this failure, it's working not too bad. You certainly got 2 points out of it. Trouble is, when it does start going sideways, it gives these shorts a chance to get out. Yeah, see, this is making those 2 legs I marked by the looks of things. So it still may go higher. It depends how strong the market is. It might just take a couple of legs down before it attracts some new buyers and so protect your capital. Absolutely. I'll be a little bit more risky if I'm on zero. Only a little bit more risky, but if I'm on green, I'll tend to be super, super careful because I know my job's done. I've already got my stuff for the day, you know, and that is more than enough for me, even based on 5 accounts. That's a large amount of money. Put it this way, most of you know Marco. Marco has 10 accounts. He does 1 trade a day, and he goes for $200 and then he finishes. So he's a good trader. He makes a lot of money out, but it just goes to show you, with 10 accounts, just making $200. That's he's putting $2,000 into his account every day, and he probably only trades somewhere between an hour and 2 a day. I would hesitate to guess, Marco. He's a guy that I've followed, and he's helped me. He's given me lots of good tips and advice. over the last 2 years. It is plenty, absolutely, Angela. So you're lucky you've got 2 lots of this coming into your house. So it's win-win for you. You're going to be loaded. You and DJ, you're going to be buying your own private island somewhere in a couple of years. Yeah, you're going to be a lot better off than the rest of us. 2 lots of money coming in. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. We haven't had 2 legs back as yet, so I'm going to remove that for a minute, and I'm going to move this a minute. So perhaps we pull back and perhaps we are moving higher. If we break above here, then I'd say, yeah. Trouble is, you got to be so careful there. Angela tries to break the 20 account for household. I'm calling Daryl. Is it a household rule, is it? Yeah, we got witnesses. We got witnesses, Angela. You're going to have to cut us in for a small percentage. Do you know, I think women, personally, I think just now, it might sound like I'm sucking up here or ass kissing, but I'm not. I think women would have the better mentality for trading because guys are a little bit too gung-ho. We tend to take our frustrations out more in a physical way. In other words, hitting buttons. So I think, because I've said to my wife, "I'll blow another account." She went, "Well, why?" I went, "Well, because I've revenge traded." She went, "Well, why?" It's quite hard to answer that. I went, "Well, it doesn't work that way." She said, "Well, just don't do it." And it's quite hard to explain, isn't it? Don't do it. It sounds simple, doesn't it? Don't do it. Yeah, it does sound simple, but it's not quite as easy as it sounds. My wife's got all the best answers, all the best solutions. Okay, so this. I'm just seeing how I could make this a bit neater. I don't think there is anywhere. Mac might enlighten us somewhere, but I've gone from this bottom swing anyway, and it fits relatively nice. Might be slightly different. I don't think it matters anyway. I mean, we've clearly broken out of it and made a new high anyway. So, DJ, mostly very different. Yeah. See, I don't know. I think guys. Do you know what? I read somewhere about self-sabotage. Now, if guys are frustrated or angry, and sometimes when you jump on the market, it's almost like you want someone to battle with you, and it's like, right, I'm gonna go in all in here and see what happens. If I lose, I lose. So you're almost self-sabotaging. I read somewhere about that, and I actually, I think my 14-year-old daughter's been a bit hard work lately, and it's been frustrating. And I don't know, I was in a bad mood one day, and I jumped on the market, and I just know I should have done, but I fancied a battle, and I ended up blowing an account. And I did that a few times, so let's have a look here. I did that a few times, so I think guys can be a little bit self-sabotaging sometimes. This is a failed break of a range on about here. I wouldn't. I'm not so sure because that's a short-term trend channel, so you'd expect a new high. So, and if you look, it's still going higher. So, I don't know. I wouldn't want to be short in here. I'm not saying you're wrong, but personally, I wouldn't want to short here. Now, it may work because you may get 2 legs down to here before it goes higher, but I would expect it to go higher. Everything's looking quite bullish for me at the moment, and we've had this break. Although we've made a new high, because we've had this, I would expect to make another high on top of that. So he's got to be a bit wary about shorting that. EMA's facing up at the moment. Everything's looking bullish. So if it starts doing this a few more times, then maybe. But I still don't like to counter trend trade, even if it goes sideways, because a lot of the times when it goes up, it'll correct because it's losing. You know, market just can't keep going up. At some point, they're going to have to do something, and they usually sort of go a little bit sideways. And then once we go a bit sideways, and then maybe come down to here, then sometimes you get a bit more interest. Let's have a look. I say short-term trend makes sense. Yeah, see, it looks like it's going to break this high. It may continue up, but I wouldn't personally class that as a failed breakout. But I think fortunately there wasn't anything really might have got you to short anyway. There wasn't a setup anyway, so that's probably good. But yeah, there's a new high. So yes, I'll expect that because we've had this break. You'd expect a new high. Although we had that one, I often quite like to see, before I even think about reversal, I quite like to see 2 pushes up to a new high. But the way this market's looking at the moment, it's quite strong. ATR's dropping, so it might be another one of these days yet, like, was it Friday, where it just kept going up and up and up and up? Stefan, I was about to take a long here, but this time I will listen to you. About to take a long. Yeah, don't copy me because I get it wrong a lot of the time, and I wouldn't want to be responsible. But I'm certainly not thinking about shorts at the moment. It's certainly not an area to take a long anyway. But you know, if anything, use what I do just to compare mine to yours, just to check that you're thinking along the same lines. But don't use me as someone to copy, because I don't want you to lose your money. Not just that. If anything ever happens to me, you're screwed. And I don't want you to lose your money. But use me as maybe another opinion. If you're thinking of doing something, see how I'm looking at the market, and just use me as like a 2 heads better than one type of thing. Okay, let me get rid of this now. I don't think we're ranging anymore. It looks to me now that I'm moving in a different, still moving up, but at a slightly less, can you use that word? Less steeper angle? Less steep angle? I suppose so. Let's pull that down out of the way. Touch, 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 touch. See if it comes down now. Right, to see how you're drawing trends and ranges. Trends. I thought I got that wrong around. I thought it went rends and change. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. If anything, just use me. Just to sort of compared to you. Really. Just that's why sometimes I'll watch other streamers just to see how they're marking the charts, to see if I'm missing something. But it does almost look like we're still moving. Let me just might be there, do you think? See, to be honest with you, I even like to get Max chart just to see what he's drawn, just to help me Where is lead and lose? I don't know where he is, mate. I don't know where he is. Does that look right? I'm not sure, actually. I think it is. Come on, Mac. Put your chart up. Let me see what it should be like. Let's try Mac again, see if we got late today. Oh, did he really? Okay. Everything went okay with that then. Fair enough. Right, okay, yeah, that would make sense. It might still be a bit early anyway, but yeah, that would make sense. He's a bit of an enigma, isn't he, Mac? No one knows his second name. No one knows what he looks like. I'm beginning to think, is he actually real, or is he some sort of computer-generated model? We don't know much about him, do we? Be a buyer if he did that. I have watched bits of him, but he doesn't trade the same as us, I don't think, does he? He's like a cheap membership thing, but you get emojis and stuff for the charity. How is it? No, I don't even know what he looks like. Sometimes it's nice to put a face to a name, isn't it? And they're never quite right, isn't it? You sort of, I don't know, I seem to imagine him in a cowboy hat, laying back, smoking a cigar when he's trading, because obviously he's got that southern twang, isn't he? Okay, we are moving up again now, so we do seem to be working in this area. So if we can get something, possible second draw. I don't know how I feel about this at the moment. So that we had a really strong day, didn't we? Friday, a really strong day Friday. Bit of a pullback, and then we may be getting another strong day today. Who knows? His name is Ken. Is it? I've been calling him Mac. Unless Mac's is a superhero name. Kind of wish I'd have held on there now. Ken McCulloch. Is that his actual name? So why does he call himself Mac? Ken McCulloch. Kind of want to go and search it now. Ah, course, yeah, course. Cut right in front of my nose, wasn't it? That one, he's not Scottish, is he? Oh, his name's not coming up. No, there's nothing that's coming up. Damn. Unless that spelling's slightly wrong. Oh well. It's definitely McCulloch, is it? Okay. Will do. How do I PM you? I don't know. Don't know how to PM you, bud. Right, what's going on here then? Let's have a look. It does seem like we've moved into another range, another channel, doesn't it? Just wondering whether this looks like a bit of a spiking channel. Let's have a look. No, maybe not. McCulloch. Right, I got you, because there was plenty of them. I got you. Ken McCulloch. Trouble is, it's a Scottish name. There's bloody hundreds of them. It does make me a bit of a stalker. Okay, what's going on here? Let's have a look. I don't like this. Guy wearing a green shirt. Guy, I'm officially a stalker. Green shirt. I don't see anyone in a green shirt. No, no luck. Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Possible second entry long. The only thing is, it's a little bit sideways there, so that's making me a little itsy bitsy nervous. I got you. Yeah, it's fine. I noticed he's removed it. Oh, didn't expect that. Well, you look away for a second, look what happens. Okay, let's figure out what's going on here then. What's going on? What's going on? Hmm. Uh, Okay, excuse me just for 1 minute. I'm just going to take a quick bathroom break. Okay. Figure out what's going on here. Okay, there is some congestion around there. It's almost like a line of the sand, isn't there? So like, yeah, sitting right there, above it, above it. It's almost like a triple test, isn't it? Once, twice, 3 times. Something just doesn't feel right. We've had this bit of a channel, so you'd expect to make a new high, but just something doesn't seem quite right there for me. I wonder. I like that. I like it. Yeah, I like that. Let's get rid of that. Keep that one. We'll just change the colour. Let's go with long green as summer's on the way. A bit darker. Oh, darker still. Okay, let's woof this up a little touch. Let's go for 18. Right, okay. Let's have a little zoom in what's going on here. Now this is touch down here. Touch, touch. See what happens here. Fits there nice. Touch, touch, touch. I kind of like that. I only thing I don't like is the orange. Let's change it. Ooh, that's striking. Let's have a look. Okay, that works. Yeah, for me, it's a bit messy, isn't it? Let's get rid of some of these. See if we can neaten up a bit. It does look almost like we've had this bounce there, bounce, bounce, bounce. Ooh. I'm not getting involved at the moment, because if I take a long here, it could just tick you out. And if this channel is in play, it could come down a bit more. So what I will say is we've had a short-term trend channel break and a new low. So that is played out. Now, let's see what we do off this bottom line. If we do push up, maybe it'll be a higher low or a failure, we'll see. But it does. Let me see. Could end up doing something like that. Possibly. Definitely seem to be getting more trending days lately. We've had some really nice trending days lately. That one was quite nice. Look at that lovely trend. Wasn't a fantastic amount of opportunities, but we had that one big leg and then some sideways, then another leg, then some sideways. So it's definitely moving better rather than stuck just doing this all day long, because we have had some bloody awful days. But it does seem to be moving smoother. I'm starting to hear better things. There's a couple of financial guys I tend to follow. Been talking about the S&P 500 making another push. Does seem like we seem to be out of this downward trend we've been in for the last 12, 14 months. So it just things starting sounding better. And obviously, what with the banks not looking so rosy, people are looking for other avenues to put their funds in. Some are putting in cryptos, because cryptos have been doing quite well. I'm starting to pick up some cryptos. I picked myself up another a 12 Solana this morning. I'm just buying bits. I want some of this bull trend. Unfortunately, when I started buying them, I bought them near the top before I knew much about them. So I'm making sure I take full advantage this time. So that now is touched, bounced off Friday's high. That's bounced off it. Oh no, it's gone straight through. Okay. Let's see if it sits on the open, the official open. See, it fell that gap, didn't it? That's where the gap dropped from, but it does. I'm just wondering whether it is going to sit on there. It has done once, maybe it'll do it again. Not an area where I want to take a trade just yet. If it does end up bullish, I think it's feasible. It's likely we may get a push back to the EMA. It's sort of almost like a second entry. See what happens, but Not for me. How long have you been trading full time? I would say somewhere in the region of about 5 months. But I work weekends. I work all day Saturday and all day Sunday, just to bring some extra money in. But I've changed my job for a while so I can put more time into it. I've decided that trading is what I want to do, so I've just had to sacrifice some things. So I've moved jobs around and changed things around and just done whatever I could, so I was able to do it. So yeah, but officially I sort of went more full time when I started trading just before Christmas. But I've had issues with the psychological side. The trade side isn't my weakest thing. I'm okay at taking trades. Patience was a little bit of an issue, but losses. I was terrible for range trade and blowing accounts. But as my skill levels coming up, my skills are slowly building. My confidence is starting to build as well, because I'm realizing if I sit patiently, I can identify trades. So fingers crossed. But each time I blow an account, I have like a really frustrating, horrible couple of days. But then I seem to bounce back and come back with sort of renewed vengeance. But I think I'm in a good place at the moment, shall we say? So fingers crossed. This may come down a bit further for a second leg. It looks like it's trying to. I don't think it's up yet. Right. Okay. So that we've had this break and we've had a few pushes up, and then we seem to have come down, which is okay. I like the way that fits, because hopefully we might get a break and we can short that, and I'm quite happy to short that. Leg 2 leg. It's on that second leg, isn't it? I mean, it has been up, hasn't it? See if that closes below here. Okay, so that's played out. So, okay, so we do now seem to be clearly coming down the channel. I like that channel. Fits nice in there. And what I like about these is if you get a nice pullback up here, we may get a short there. So what have we got down here? There's a lot of congestion around here, so I expect it to stall here. So hopefully we can get a breakout and get towards the EMA, which will give us some space down to the lows, because I think it may come down and touch this market open. But there is, as I say, some congestion around here, so I expect it to slow down. So if we can get a short, I hopefully want to be out before we come back into this sort of area, but we'll see. Might not give us an opportunity. There's a bullish bar there which is triggered, so I'm just wondering whether it's going to take out the stops. I'm pretty sure it's going to do that, but I was hoping it was going to get up here. I think it will most certainly take that out before it does anything. Hey Toad, how you doing, buddy? How are you doing? Yeah, because we've had these couple of legs down. There is that bullish bar there, so it's triggered. So it may push back up here, but you would think that would break below there and take any possible longs out before it moved up. Let's see. Push out. It's fitting lovely within there. I like it when we get these nice, slightly bigger than the nice, quite small trends, because when they do break out, they're really accurate coming down and making a new low. So if we can get a decent setup up to here, maybe even bounce off the underside of this, I'll really look forward to going short there. And I might have my 2 up and done for the day. Push up, go on. Push up. So maybe if anybody did buy that second leg, it might get up here. Hoping it does. It hasn't broke anywhere, so that I'm confident about. Get up there. Lovely. Come on, keep going. I will need 4 points on the one account. Come on. Come on, push up. Look at that, drop down the bottom. I wasn't expecting that. I thought we'd get up here. Okay. See if it bounces off here. Ooh, look at that. See if it does push back to the MA. It's got close to that, pushed off strongly. Excuse me. Excuse me just a second. Sorry about that. Wife on the phone, giving me orders. Okay, what's going on here? So look. I think there was going to be some congestion here because of all this lot. Let's see if there's any buy orders below here. Okay, it's ticked right on that open now. See if there's any orders below it. See what happens. See if it does move off from here, it comes back down. actually. Not a huge amount of volume, actually. Anybody know if there's a trade in this Friday and Monday for the Easter weekend? Hold on. Good Friday. Okay, so it just says Good Friday. So now in the UK we have Bank Holiday Monday and Bank Holiday Friday, Bank Holiday Monday. So it's got Good Friday, 6th to the 9th. So 3, 5, 6. All right, 7, 8, 9. It looks like there is trading Monday. We usually get something from Apex, to be honest with you. So let us know. Monday is open, yeah. Friday's closed, yeah. I know I usually get an email. The trouble is, because I'm from the UK, a lot of your holidays are different, but I'm pretty sure you guys have Easter as well, don't you? That's where my wife is now, Easter egg hunting for the kids. And probably a few herself. Hope she comes back with something for me. Indeed, I'm almost. It's worse for me when I'm a couple of $100. I worry too much about giving it back. Well, in that case, mate, if you're up a couple of $100, just knock it on the head, finish early. Oh. That way, tomorrow's a new day. Or if anything, do what I do and just only take a trade if you have an absolute sitter, you know, something that literally jumps in front of you and waves. But yeah, I know what you're saying. But yeah, in that case, just sit and wait. Just remember, you're in control and you don't have to take a trade. You can just sit there. So don't worry about it. Just, you know, unless you find something really beautiful, just leave it. Or finish early. You know, treat yourself to an early afternoon. But yeah, don't ever worry. Try not to worry about that. It's one thing I've never suffered with, actually. You know, sort of worried about hitting the button. My problem's the opposite. I hit the button too much. But yeah, if you're stressed about that, just you know, sometimes when you sit there, you think I've got a trade. You haven't. You can just sit there. You can just sit there and watch the markets. Sometimes it's useful to do that. Just have a day maybe where you don't trade and just sit and watch. Maybe you notice different things when you're not under the pressure of trading. Who knows? Or switch to micros. Yeah, you can do anything really. You can switch to micros, switch to a demo, just sit and watch, or you can just carry on trading, but just be extra careful. But I rarely give back when I'm up. Rarely. I can only think of once or twice in the last 4 months that I've done that when I've been up. Because obviously you want to protect your capital, don't you? So you usually go into super safe mode. So yeah, don't stress it. Just remember you're in control. Not your wife. You're in control. I think this is the only thing that I can say my wife isn't in control of. She seems to run everything else. Mind you, I cook and clean now I'm at home. I've done the dinner. Dinner's all done, ready. Dishwasher's all been loaded and emptied. Garden's cut front and back. Hedges have been out to the chemist this morning. Got my wife's prescription. So I've been a good husband, good housewife, house husband today, should I say. After a big win, if I feel unsure. Yeah, you just got to remember you're in control and you don't have to. Sometimes I think it does, you know, it worries me about giving it back. But, you know, I just think, well, you've got to keep moving on. It's all part and parcel of it, and that'll probably get easier. But I suppose, if you sit here nice and patiently and you take really good trades and you start to get a nice, win percentage, sort of 85, 90%, somewhere around there, your confidence in your ability will just start to grow. It's like anything. Whenever you're starting something new, you're not sure, but once you've been doing it a few years, you'll just start to have confidence in your belief, and then you'll shine. I gotta say, I wasn't expecting this. I thought after this push up we might bounce off here and push up some more, but ATR's dropping. We're getting lots of these little small candles again, so I'm just wondering whether we are having a move. Let's make this a bit light. 30, isn't it? Does seem like we're in another trend channel here, actually. Let's just make sure I know what we're getting, where things slow down. Okay, so that is the low of the day, isn't it? Let's make that so I can't accidentally miss it. Orange width 3. Okay, that's the low of the day. By the looks of things, one leg down, two legs down. By what I'm seeing, we may hit it. We've had the break of this. Okay, so there's this channel. We've had a break, and we've continued to come down. So to me, it looks like we're in this slightly bigger channel. So this is a break. So if we can get something, a second entry short, I like the fact that it'll be retesting the bottom of this market open. So it might not even give us a chance. I suppose the market's quite strong, so are people going to wait or they're just going to jump in? It's hard to say. Yeah, no, I never expected that. I thought it might get... Once it came down so far, you sort of forget ideas of making a new high. But if you look, there's a bunch of channels here, so it's all played out, really. I just put that earlier just to see if it played a part, but obviously once we... there seems to be a channel there once we've had a break. New high, and then it's just dropped. It's probably not even really valid, this. $25 points just like that. Trouble is, it was nowhere. The trouble is, because we were up, you sort of sit out this just to see what happened, then it came down again, then it came down again, and it didn't even get back to the EMA. Well, it hasn't got back to the EMA. It's obviously that's a strong market if it doesn't even get back to the EMA. Get up to the M8, come on. Okay, possible second entry short. Let's keep an eye on this. Let's get an order ready.
Order submitted.
So, I like that. Clearly got to push down. We got to break. Looks like one leg up, two legs up. I mean, I think it'll come down. Unfortunately, there's no real setup. Push up a little bit more. Come on. Okay, it's hit that overnight. Kind of like that. Just wondering how far it's going to go.
Order canceled.
Okay, it looks like one leg, two leg. Well, let's see if we can get a lower high or something. I can't just pick the top. See if we can get something like a lower high. Trouble is, there's probably some shorts in there, so let's see if we stay below there. Okay. Let's see if we can get a lower high. It's probably something you could change it to. I've got to say, when you get stopped out, what's that one? Not all the fills. What is it? I can't remember what it is. I started to hate that noise. I did it at one point. Yeah, I think you can go in. You can add your own WAV file. I think it is something like that somewhere. I did look at it because I wanted to change it because the noise started scaring me. It started keeping me awake at night. Okay. So there is this channel here which we've had a break in a new low. So whether it is this overall one, I'm not 100% sure. It sort of is. I expect another leg. So whether this will come down or not, I don't know, or whether it's played out. Sorry, I got a message. Yes, I'm not sure what's going on here. It may have played out, so it might be pushing up. So we'll see. It's just the way this came down neatly, so I thought maybe this is working in this side of the channel, and you know, it's like a what do they call them? Double channel. If you know what I mean. You know what I mean. So that's how voice. Yeah, you want something like something for when it hits your stop that gives you like a little bit of a friendly talking to. Yeah, like a 10. You could probably upload like a 10-minute message telling you you're not a loser, you're okay, don't worry about it. It's probably something, isn't there? Okay, so now this may be moving up. It's hard to say. Let's have a look. So just the way it's pushed up. See if it goes up again. So there is a failure here. See if anybody takes this failure, this short failure. So we have had this channel, which we've had a break in a new low. So whether this bigger channel is in play or not, I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But I'm not going long or short at the moment. But push up. We've bounced off the EMA. We pushed up. We bounced off the EMA. So maybe we may be getting a move up. Let's remove that. Short-term trend channel break new low. Push up. Let's see if this breaks above here. She does sound so disappointed in you, doesn't she? Yeah, you'd have thought that it made it a little bit more uplifting, really, wouldn't you? Okay, let's see. So, if you look at this, we've got this new low. Try to go on, so it's twice failure. Triggered. Let's see if it comes down and stops this out. Or if you're not counting here, you count from here. Try to go once, try to go once. Failure hasn't triggered. So if we can get a lower high, I don't know. I'm just a bit uneasy about this at the moment. One more, I will say it's bounced up, come down, bounced off it again. So if it does come back and give another one, then maybe you could call that a triple test. But a little bit sideways, so it could go up or down. What do I think? I'm not so sure at the moment. I'm not so sure. If I had to guess, I'd say it's probably going to break these lows. Whether it'll come down and make a new low, I don't know. I'm not sure, actually. It's a bit of an odd market, isn't it? It's this very, very little volume. Perhaps, I don't know, has people finished for Easter early? I don't know, but look how little volume there is. I mean, the market's finished about 2 hours. It's very little volume. I don't quite understand why. Whether trouble is, for the Easter weekend, bank holiday Friday, isn't it? People wouldn't finish Monday, would they? They'd maybe finish early Wednesday, maybe, or Thursday. I don't understand why the volume's so low for the day. I mean, the market officially opened. I mean, it's not like we're in a range where it's not attracting people. It went up quite strongly, it came down. I mean, market officially opened. We've only had that and that. It's not much at all. Okay, so let's have a look at this. Let me have a look at this. Short-term trend channel. Break new high. And now let's have a look. If we're going to come up some more, we may be going up some more by the looks of this. We've bounced off the EMA, made a new high, and we've bounced off it again, and we seem to be pushing higher. Short-term trend channel break. Try go once. We'll see. Ooh. Okay, if you did take that as a failure, it's triggered. And it's triggered as well, right above a nice bullish bar, but I don't know, it's just not moving up as much as I thought it may do. See if it gets maybe above here or here. If it does break below here, it's going to stop a few out there. Short-term trend channel break new high. So we have had a new high, trying to go higher once again, so perhaps we are coming down. I've drawn this a couple of times just to see if this works off that high there. Let's try it again. It does actually. Ooh, now that's interesting. So we've gone off the top one and the swing high, and we've come back and we've touched it. Look at that. So let me get rid of that. This looks bearish for me at the moment. One leg down. I expect a second leg down. Let's have a look. Certainly maybe to retest these the overnight lows. Let's have a look. We've got to be careful though. I've drawn that a couple of times from there, touching here, but obviously we were only there, so I'm only drawing that now just to see if this is an area where we may come down from. Let's see. Short trend, we're going to break a new high. Try to go low. Try that once. So I don't know. Maybe this is down. We'll see. Don't take this as gospel though, because it might not be right. This channel. fact, let's remove it just for a minute because it might give off some false information. There's a lot of congestion around here. I expected it when this got down, and it happened, and now it's come up. Okay, so maybe we will get a second leg up there. So there's a failure there. Okay, so that I'd say then has played out. So I'm quite glad I got rid of that bigger channel because it's okay adding more channels, but if it's incorrect, it can lead you to take some poor trades. Actually, I'm just wondering whether we are ranging a bit now. So look. It's come down. See, this touches here a bunch of times, touches here, it's come down and it's retesting. Let's remove that. Oh, there's a small one. Let's remove that because that's, yeah, let's thicken these lines a bit. I don't like them. It sort of looks like it does sort of almost look a bit rangy, doesn't it? Anyone tell me how to change the background color of the chart? Yeah, right click on it. Click on properties. And there you go. No, tell a lie. Hold on. Let me think. Yeah. Chart background. There's your color there. So just right click on the chart. Click properties. There you go. Chart background. And you can, all your crosshairs, markers, text lines, all your horizontals, everything like that. Change it all there. See, I've got my uses. I'm not completely useless, like your wife says. I can multitask. I can trade and tell you the answer at the same time. That's some skills. That's some skills. Okay, what's going on here? Yeah, it's, let me just... Does seem to be struggling to get above this. I'm just wondering whether we are ranging a bit. Let's have a look. I mean, it's not safe to take a short here anyway because it's congested. But this may come down. I'll take that as an insult. Thank you. Yeah, some people can't trade and talk, can they? It seems to work okay for me. In fact, my concern is I can't trade without talking. Not the chart background, the chart trader background color where we have all our buttons up here. Yeah, that's up there as well, I think. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Gonna be an helpful today. Let me have a look. It's been that long since I've done it. I'm pretty sure it's in here. You're just gonna have to have a filter through. And but what I would say is when you get what you want. Now and again, I've had problems with NinjaTrader and I've had to shut it down and start again. And it's frustrating when you've got to set everything up. So whatever you do, templates, just let's say whenever you get it right, just save it in templates. I've got some in there. When I went dark screen for a while, then I went back to white screen. So just make sure you do that. The right side where you... Oh, here. What colour's yours? You on about these buttons, are you? Ah, these, that's easy enough. Just right click on there. Click on properties. There you go, there's all your buttons. Buy, sell, action buttons, all those. Change them, there you go. So just, yeah, right click in here. Maybe not. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Sorted. Measured move indicator. Is it freely available? I believe this is part of, I can't remember, I'm pretty sure it's part of Mac's website. You download it from there. So you've got to be a member. But it's not mega expensive. It's $125 for the year. And there's dozens of videos in there and all other useless bits of stuff. So if you've never joined, I'd recommend it for sure. And yeah, all these are, and there are other bits and pieces as well. Some congestion here, and the same across here, and here. So are we going to go up or are we going to go down? I don't know. You're welcome, mate. You're welcome. Yeah, anytime, Dave. Anytime, mate. I'm just wondering whether we're going to clip these the top of this range before we move down. I don't know. Okay. Possible failure. Just too risky in the middle of that. We've made this new high, pushed up. Try go once, try twice, failure. It might trigger and take you out. It's just too risky. Do I think it'll come down? I think it's more likely. I'd have preferred to see this top hit, but it's had 3 attempts at it, so we'll see. It's just too risky to take it in there sideways. If we get below here, then I'd say we may come down some more then, because there's probably second entry along there. There's probably some longs which got triggered there. Thinking we may make up this second leg. But also there's a new high, there's a matching high, so you could recount that. So there's a possible second entry long. We've had this push up. I did expect another leg, certainly to retest these tops. And it's got close, so there's a second entry long there. Same again, just risky because it's right in the middle of that shit there. If it finishes bullish, the way it's sitting on that EMA, I'd say then we're going to move up a bit. Once I thought that down, didn't I? But we've broken below and it's pushed up strongly. See how that closes? A lot of the time it'll go sideways until it sits a nice bullish bar right on that EMA. And I love it when the bodies sit on the line, but that's going to end up a bit of a doji, so who knows? Right, I'm just going to take a quick few-minute break, and I'll be back in about 3 minutes. Really boring price action, as Max says. Should be more from our trading. Maybe I'm a trader at last. Yeah. I don't mind this, to be fair, especially if I obviously did a trade really early, so I'm quite. It doesn't really bother me as much now. It used to. I used to be itching to take a trade, but I think I've mellowed out. Bit of an unusual market today, isn't it? It's quite unusual. Looking at that big gap, big strong push up, big strong push down. But at least it's moving and it's giving us opportunities. I really like that there. What I saw here, I did have a bit of a range drawn there. Let's have a look. And it was top, bottom. But with the exception of that, we had one push up. So there was one leg, two leg, one leg, two leg, one leg. I expected a second leg up to here. So one leg, two leg. Obviously, then we had the break, which was perfect. So we had a second entry long from here. Signal bar wasn't fantastic. Well, it was okay, but it was just a little bit below the EMA. So I waited for the higher low, and then it did exactly what I thought. Made a second leg, and then obviously it carried on going. So happy about that. So let's see if we can hit this top of this. If it breaks above this, then we may get some sellers. I've got to say, this beats working for a living. I mean, how many jobs can you have out there as a full-time trader doing 3 hours a day? It just doesn't exist. You couldn't even class that as part-time, could you really? 15 hours a week maximum. I used to do that a day sometimes. What people think. Yeah, it's touched there. So let's see what happens now. See if it comes down or it's going to make this second leg. Oh, incidentally, this offer down here finishes the Apex 50% off evaluations and resets finishes tonight. Now, it was unusual because they only had it on for about 4 days. So with Easter coming up, I'm expecting them to have a nice offer. What it is, I don't know, or what it'll be, I don't know. But I would have thought I will probably get an email tonight if the offer starts. They usually let the affiliates know the evening before. And then it usually starts from midnight. Unfortunately, it'll be sort of late by the time I know. Obviously, being in the UK. But whether we'll have standard 80% off or whether we might have something special like the 90% off, I wouldn't be shocked. So, fingers crossed for tomorrow. And you might get a really nice Easter surprise. Who knows? We'll see. Okay, so it eventually did touch that. Now I've got that drawn. It's sitting. It's obviously fitted nice there a couple of times. It's pushed down and bounced off below it a couple of times and come back. I mean, you could always call that a triple test. But it is a little bit congested, so I wouldn't want to go long or short at the moment because I'm not so sure. So yeah, fingers crossed tomorrow we might have a good offer, you never know. Okay, let's see if we do manage to get up and make this second leg. Okay, really nice bullish looking bar there. If I can get above here, I expect that to make a second leg. We've gone sideways. Nice bar, push up, high low. I really like that one, although I'm just nervous about going short into that lot. But I would say if it can push above there, I would expect it to get to here. Push up, sideways, push up. That's what it looks like to me. Really nice bullish bar that is, sitting beautifully on there, but I'm not going to do it, although I think it may work, but I'm not willing to bet my money on it. Yeah, it's boring, but good kind of boring. Yeah, absolutely. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. If you're in a good place mentally, which I am at the moment, I'm quite contented with it. So whether it's just, takes time to get there or not, I don't know. It's a really strong bar that. We've got a nice bar there, finished on its highs. Push up, come back to the MA. That finishing on its highs. If I was a gambling man, I'd go long there. I'd expect that to make a couple of points. But I am aware that it's the tops. Just something about it looks nice. Push up, nice. It's quite a common pattern that. It's like a bull flag, isn't it? Push up. Oh. What happened there? Yeah. I expect to get up to here. Especially now that's pushed up there as well. There may even been some shorts there, so I'm pretty sure this is going to get to here. It may go a bit higher, who knows, but I just love the look of that. We'd had this sort of new low, nice big bullish bar, nice big bullish bar, higher low. EMA's facing up, sat just lovely there. I love those bars. For me, that's almost like a launch pad, that is. So let's see if it made you 2 points. There's your 2 points. Yeah, it does look good. I'll be stunned if that doesn't make 2 points. Be interesting to see if that's bearish, because there may be some people who short that thinking about the failed break out of this, but that's if you've got your chart drawn the same. Would I short that? No. I expect that to make 2 points. I certainly expect it to hit that. If I was scalping a point or two, I like that. But you got to sort of know what. To me, it just looks push up, sideways, push up. I'm expecting to make a second leg, especially when you got that followed by that. That for me, but it is risky. It's not your normal type of channel trade, but for me, with that one followed by that one, one leg, 2 leg, that for me is screaming out for 2 points. There we go. There's your 2 points. I expect to hit this measured leg. Not only is it the measured leg, it's where the gap started. And this looks like a bull flag, push up, sideways, bull flag. And it push up sideways, but with an upward biased. And it was also a second entry long, followed by a beautiful higher low. Sorry, Bill. Highlight's just wondering, when I get my Apex account, do I have to send them any documents? I create the account. Are you talking about on an evaluation, mate, for the first time, or are you talking about on a PA account? Because an evaluation account, you don't need to know. PA account, you need to. You're from the UK, I think, Bill, aren't you? If it's a PA account, I just put my passport number in, and then you sign a few things. You've got to pay the fee, put your passport number in, sign the agreement. It's all pretty straightforward. I'm pretty sure are you just up the road in Whitchurch? I think you are, Bill, aren't you? Yeah. I don't think that was the answer to Whitchurch. It came too quick, that was. I'm pretty sure you are. Yeah, now I expect it to hit that measured leg. 1 leg, 2 legs. Oh, yeah, mile pass, yeah. I know what you mean. Just past Whitchurch, isn't it? Yeah. I thought you were from that neck of the woods. Yeah. No, it's only if you're on if it's just a normal evaluation, no, you don't need to give nothing. It's only if it's a PA account. And then you just get just put your passport number in. Two leg. There we go. That's close enough for me. One more tick. There we go. Perfect. Let's get that right. That's there. That's that. There. And that is there. Beautiful. One leg, two leg. So that would work really nice. I know you've got all this bit here, but it's a bull flag down there. We could push up sideways, push up. And we had that second entry long, beautiful bullish bar, finished on its high, nice push up, came back down, another beautiful bullish bar for a higher low, sat beautifully on the EMA with the EMA facing up. That was I was pretty sure that was going to do that. If I hadn't have already taken a trade and wasn't up $300, I'd have taken that. And you might say, well, it's a bit risky, isn't it? But it just, no, I don't think it was. I mean, we had that, yeah, we had that earlier. But I certainly believed it was going to make another leg up. It's just the way it was looking, push up. It tried a few times, didn't it? Then a second entry long off the key entry point, and then the higher low. That was the one for me. Not everyone would have taken that because they've been a bit nervous about going along into that. But yes, as long as it makes it close to it, I was happy if it got to there. It doesn't always make it. Sometimes a bit short, sometimes a bit up. But the point is, one push up, two push ups for me. In fact, what you may have, that actually is more politically correct. Push up, yeah, that's where it should be, not there. Sorry, that was my mistake. You push up, come back. That's where it goes from. So let's have a look. Let's zoom in. Let's get it right. See if it works, because usually it works. It's quite uncanny. It's right to the nearest tick. So that's perfectly in line with there. That's in line with there. That's in line with there. There you go. Right to the nearest tick. That's what it should have been. My mistake. One tick off. Yeah, let's tick off that. It's uncanny how. I mean, really get used to those legs, because they really give you an idea of where the markets are going. I mean, really, only the last sort of few months I've really started paying much more attention to them, if I'm honest. Got one here, yeah. One leg, two leg, measured leg. What happens? Bounces off. One leg, two leg. Obviously, it carried on. One leg, two leg. They're so accurate. This looks like it might be a trend going up now. Let's have a look. It's a bit of an odd looking day today, isn't it? I must say. It's an odd day. A bit sideways. Strong push up. Quick drop down. Slow push up again. The reason I didn't took it is because a lot of the times it's bounced off here, So it's, I think if I'm up, I was up $300, so it started. So I'm always extra cautious. But yeah, I mean, you might not count this really because it's further back there. I mean, this has come down and it's a little bit of congestion. But if you take this away, which you don't really need it, I suppose, to be honest with you, this is a bit of a range. This is not a range. So when you think about it, we've had the short-term trend channel a break, and then what's happened? We've got a reversal. And it's sort of touched here. So I just put that there just out of interest, but I probably shouldn't have done because that, in fact, now I take it away, that looks a lot more attractive now, I gotta say. So it just goes to show, doesn't it? But yeah, push up, a bit of sideways, yeah. Now that's worked up there. It's a lot clearer, isn't it? Second entry long, higher low. Beautiful bar. So sometimes when you draw these trends and these channels in, you're constantly obsessed with finding something or drawing something when you can miss out on trades because I dragged that across. When really this is the only slightly ranging bit. Obviously, you've got a bit down here, a little bit here, a little bit here. But apart from that, market's moving quite fluently. So where are we going to come back up? Are we going to retest here? We're going to retest the high of the day. We're going to retest the official open. It's hard to say. But that seems to be working there nice. So yeah, when you think about it, sometimes when you get things looking right and you realise what you've missed. Look at that now. One leg up, two leg up, right to the nearest tick. So let's see if this comes back down to and gives us an opportunity to go higher. What time is it? Okay, another 10 minutes and that's me sorted for the day. I'm sticking to me 3 hours. It works nice for me, that does. It's a nice time. I don't get too tired. You don't worry about any time, mate. But it says on the website that once you request your first withdrawal, you have to fix in a US tax form or something. Yeah, what it is, it's called a W something 8. I believe, if I remember rightly, you got a because you got a what you do is when you get your payment, you got to open a deal account. It's paid through deal, and I'm pretty sure, if I remember rightly, the form is filled in on the deal account and it's sent to. So I think what happens is they send an order for a payment to deal, and you have to fill in that form on deal, and it gets sent to them. I'm pretty sure that's what happens, if I remember rightly. So yeah, you open up a deal account, Bill, and then I'm pretty sure it's in there. So that's your first thing. Open up a deal account. Don't worry about questions, mate. You can message me anytime. I don't mind at all. I've been there. It's when you don't know, it's frustrating. You got your first payment and you want it, don't you? The last thing you want is problems, but yeah. So yeah, open your deal account, and I'm pretty sure it's in deal. If you can't find it there, just drop me a quick message, because I can't remember. I sorted all this out, I think, early January, I think. Okay, so right up and tick to the market open. Official market open yesterday. Hey, Sam, how you doing, buddy? Do you know why does the colour of my drawn object does not say the colour I want? Again, do you know why does the colour of my drawing objects does not stay on the colour that I want? I'm not sure, mate. You're on about these types of objects. Just check you haven't got a button that says locked. See, you got a lock button there. Yeah, just check it's not locked, because if it's locked to a certain color, you won't. So let's say I change that to there, apply. Okay, yeah, it works. So double click on it and just check the locked is not. Yeah, so hopefully you've got that sorted, mate. Yeah, so just check it's not locked, and then you should be good to go. I think you're getting it, mate. Your first trade is a perfect trade. Yeah, I like that as well, mate. Thanks for that. I thought that one was another blinder, that one. We had that second entry long, obviously first leg up, second leg up. The only problem is I had that drawn further across here. So, although the setup looked beautiful, the reason I didn't take it is because I was thinking perhaps this come back into a range. Whereas if you get rid of that, the only bit that's really ranging along there is here. This is just a short-term trend or a trend channel, break new low, one leg up and two legs up. But the setup looked beautiful, but obviously the context was that I'd had this. But, you know, we're forever fine-tuning, aren't we? But yeah, everything feels okay at the moment. I think I've had in the last 12 trades, I think I've lost one of them. So things are working nice. When I've got the patience. I seem to have the patience lately. I did have a really good chat on the phone to Nick, who chats on here, a couple of times in the last couple of weeks, and he gave me a bit of a talking to. And I just feel, ever since I've had that chat, I feel quite settled. So it just goes to show sometimes things work for some reasons, don't they? Sometimes you might be struggle. And then all of a sudden, let's get rid of that. All of a sudden something, you know, you talk about something or something happens and things seem to work. So since I've had that chat with Nick, things just seem to be, I seem to be quite contented. It's like I'm sort of comfortable in my own skin type of thing. So you could have entered that second entry long, but wait, yeah, I identified it as a place where I'd want to go higher. But to be fair, because of this, because I dragged that across, if I wouldn't have had that, I'd have jumped on there. I'd have pounced straight on that. I mean, that was okay, but that one was where it's sitting, they just don't look any better than that. Higher lows, do they? Up just a little bit, finished on its high. That was going high all day long. Unfortunately, I still had that like that. So when this came down and bounced a few times and started coming up, I dragged this across, but I shouldn't have done really, because all this is a trend channel with a break and a new low, and obviously we're moving up. So, oh well, you live and learn. You sound more relaxed. Thanks. You go through phases, don't you, where it's almost you're at war with the market, and it is tough. It's all the emotions and stuff, and then at some point maybe you start to settle. I'm trying not to speak too soon, but yeah, I feel quite contented. I'm not rushing. I'm not giving myself stupid targets. I'm not having financial targets for the day or the week. I'm just sitting here patiently and waiting for a trade. If I had a day the other day where I took nothing, And I was quite happy because I've done my job. I've sat here and waited for an opportunity. You know, most of the time the markets will give you an opportunity. Sometimes they won't, but you've got to be sort of at ease with the fact that you can only take what it gives you. And it's the same thing with the green channel. Not sure what you mean there, bud. What about this one there? Yeah, see? As it came down and I saw that, I just saw the side, so I dragged that over. And although it looked like a beautiful trade, I'm thinking, can I really go high? I did say that it was going to push higher to a second leg. But the fact that it came down and bounced a bunch of times right in the same place as there, which led me to leave this channel range there. But it's okay. You learn, don't you? Every time you make these, or you miss out on something, you learn, and so things are good. Things are good. In fact, I'm going to finish up in a minute, but yeah, that one I liked. I really liked that one. We were clearly bouncing from the top to the bottom. One leg, two leg, one leg. I clearly expected another leg. Very similar to this. We had that one leg up. Not only that, it was a short-term trend channel. We had a break and a new high. Second entry along this one, but it was below the EMA. Next one, high low. I took that one, and it's very similar version of there. That was a little bit cleaner, but off it went. So it's just getting because obviously you've got to have certain standards when it comes to taking trades. The trades need to be of good standard, and I just seem to be in the ballpark at the moment for picking the right standard, because sometimes you can be too strict, sometimes you can be not strict enough, but it's finding that perfect balance where things work. And at the moment, things are working nice, so as long as I just keep things calm and not rush and just sit and wait for a trade. But I have noticed my strike rate is better and my trades are less, so it just goes to show the one thing we've been told, take less trades, take better quality trades. It's working for me. One today, I think I took one Friday. I think I've had only one day last week where I took 2 trades in a day, but they've been primarily one trade. But that's all you need. You know, if you win one, lose one, and win one, you're up exactly the same as I am now. Much better to just win one rather than have to take 3. Win one, lose it, and try and win it back. Much better to just wait for the nice setup and take the one, and that's all you need. Aye. Okay, guys, I think I'm going to call it a day, actually. It's slow at the moment, and we've had these 2 legs, so I'm not sure whether it's going to continue up or come down some more. So another good day, another successful day, nice steady day. Market's definitely moving a bit more fluidly now, but look how little volume there is today. It's surprising. I'm quite stunned. There's been very little volume. Whether that's got anything to do with Easter, but Easter's Friday and we're only Monday. I'd say maybe Wednesday onwards you would expect it to quiet a bit, but it's just, who knows. So there we go. That's it for today. So remember, if the half price reset finished tonight, so hopefully tomorrow we may get a new offer, and hopefully, being Easter coming, we may get a really good offer. So fingers crossed. But I'll let everybody know if we do tomorrow. So look, I appreciate you guys hooking up with me. But another successful day. I am about just under $400 and another 2 days away from the PA. So yeah, everything's good at the moment. So have a great evening. If you're trading on, good luck and stay safe. And I'll be here again, usual time. Great seeing you. Thanks, Angela. So yeah, have a great day, guys. And I will catch up with you and we'll do it all again tomorrow.